When she was 10 years old, Courtney got a virus that affected her C5 and C7, and she lost use of her upper extremities and a lot of things. She was in the hospital for an extended period of time. We really thought we were on the road to recovery of just healing her body and figuring out her disabilities.
I'm happy. I'm alive.
They were watching like some special ops show, and for some reason they had some like flashbangs that they used for making entries, and it was basically like kind of like a strobe light, you know, in the middle of the night, and it just kind of triggered something with her.
I freaked out. I did not know what was happening, and he actually, I think, got her to the floor.
It's scary because I didn't know how she was gonna come out of it, and it's like the longest minute of your life.
We gotta get her on her side. And now we're getting.
The first morning that he woke up without sight, he was just screaming. I ran into his room and I'm trying to get him to calm down and tell me what's going on. He kept saying to me, "Are my eyes open?" And I said, "Yeah, they're open. What's wrong?" He's like, I can't see. Everything's black." I remember him saying one time that he felt like he wasn't part of the family. And I asked him like what he meant by that, and he said, well, he said that he just felt he like left out because he was kind of cut off from everything. And we had to wait for the seizure to be over, and then it was like he wasn't really a part of sitting at the dinner table anymore.
I think at this point he just doesn't see an end. It just feels like it's going to be like this forever.
So how long have you been drawing?
Pretty much my whole life.
But yeah, he's been drawing since he was like, I think 2 was probably when he first really started.
This is the last one I made. So it's called Captain America.
He loves it. We go through like a thing of computer paper, probably 2 a month.
Yeah.
Something like that, of like 500 sheets. A lot of times visual stuff will trigger his seizures, unfortunately, things where he has to focus.
How long have you been out of school?
The entire year.
Yeah, so you miss it?
Yeah, a lot.
After Courtney was in the hospital originally, she couldn't return to school right away, and she felt really removed. We needed her to have something else to be passionate about, because she couldn't swim anymore.
It was hard to get back into social life, not going to school every day. So I needed some kind of other thing after school to be able to get close to friends.
She was interested in raising some animals, so we hooked her up with a 4-H group that had a lot of girls in it.
Because she don't have the full strength in her body, so everything's a challenge for her. She finds ways of doing things, and she amazes us all the time. She's an inspiration.
The thing that happens with your family when you have a situation like this, we went from being people that could volunteer for things or help at the school to a family that can't commit to anything.
The amount of stress constant seizures puts on everyone in the family it's hard to describe.
Dealing with seizures, there are very few people that are really schooled in them, and so their only option is just to refer you. Go to a neurologist, go to a pediatric neurologist. Well, we live in an area that there's one pediatric neurologist here, so we went to see her, and after 3 years of that, she realized that really she just couldn't help what my daughter needed. So she referred us out at that point.
We went through 3 pediatricians. Just the same thing, just that he's probably having migraines, because Elam would complain about headaches when he would wake up, or even eye pain. Like every doctor we saw just told us the same thing.
Every time something happened in the hospital, they were like, we don't know why this is happening. We don't know why that's happening. So it was scary to think that we were going down another road of we don't know what's happening.
As a parent, you want to fix everything. Your kid's sad, you want to make him happy. He can't keep living like this. He's not living. We say that a lot, that it's like he's not getting to be a kid, he's missing his childhood.
Hello. Hi. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
So how are things going?
Great.
Hey guys, I can bring you back into the office.
Real?
Ready, bud?
When I heard the word epileptologist, I had no idea what it was, and to finally meet an epileptologist, I felt like it was just the biggest joy ever.
Those of us who are pediatric epileptologists, we're really under a really significant timeline. So the developing brain, we only have a certain limited time to stop seizures. So if an adult has seizures, they already know how to walk and talk and read and write and think. A young child hasn't learned those yet. And if they're having seizures, they can't learn how to do those things. If we don't stop their seizures now, they may never learn those things.
There's nothing like talking to a doctor that has the knowledge and the experience.
I really felt that level of care. I really did.
This waiting for months and years and not figuring out what's wrong and getting them to the right treatment option, whether that treatment is medications or a special diet or neuromodulation or surgery, it doesn't matter what the treatment option is, you have to find the right treatment option and you have to stop the seizures fast. And it's critical to do that in children.
I think once they had brought the possibility of surgery to us, we were at a point where we felt like we just need help somewhere. Nothing that we're trying is working, and we're, really advocating for our child and trying to find something to help her because we want her to have the best independent life that she can have.
The particular type of epilepsy that Elam has is associated with almost like visual hallucinations. So he sees things in his visual fields that other people can't see.
You know the paper that they put on the pull out on the thing?
That's right, he did, yeah.
So Dr. Newman's just kind of like, he was like, okay, so if there's a tree here and like the sun here and stuff, show me what you would see. And he's a visual kid, so drawing a picture, he was just like, oh yeah, he's like, this is exactly what it looks like to me.
It helps us understand exactly what he's feeling and how we can potentially help him. For Elam, I'm hoping we're able to eliminate his seizures and get him back to his normal life. I'm hopeful, I'm always hopeful. So I'm hopeful either with this new medication we're trying or in the future if we need surgery that we can get him back to the smart, energetic child who's participating in school and doing the different activities that he loves.
Probably going to be looking into the possibility of surgery. Where Elam's seizures come from make it a lot more complicated because of it being in the occipital lobe. There will be some possible vision loss if he does have to have a part of that lobe removed, and he's so visual, so artistic it's a choice that's almost too big to make. Like, it's just, how do you choose between your child having seizures and your child possibly being blind or partially blind for the rest of their life?
What? Elam just drooled on your bed.
Is Elam having a seizure? Can I go check on it? Sorry. You okay, bud? You sure? You still feeling weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you feeling?
Well, I just feel shaky.
You feel kind of shaky?
That's all I want. Just to have my life back.
Really?
I had surgery 6 weeks ago. Yeah, we had to go to LA to find doctors, and they had a great surgery for me. I was able to keep all of my hair.
It's so freeing to see her be able to be a normal kid.
What people forget about sometimes about epilepsy is how it affects your entire life, right? There were a lot of things that she couldn't do that her friends are doing. So she said she feels like she's behind all of her friends, they're all already driving. So being able to stop her seizures improves her quality of life and lets her do things everyone else is doing. And that's what I really like about it.
I can be free. I can not have seizures the rest of my life. I'm going to be an independent person, really.
We can't do what we do without the help that Care and Cure has given us.
Care and Cure has allowed patients to access this level of care much easier than it has been in the past, with decreased wait times and easier access to epilepsy specialists.
Without the support of the Epilepsy Foundation Los Angeles and the Care and Cure program, we wouldn't have taken important steps early on. We had the confidence that we would be able to train that next generation through the support of our residency and epilepsy fellowship program.
You know, the most important thing that we need is more doctors. Right? There's lots of patients in the community that have epilepsy, and the best treatment for those patients is getting them into a pediatric epileptologist, and there's not enough of us.
You know, when you have a very collaborative environment with neuroradiologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, surgeons, neurologists, epileptologists, you can bounce ideas off of each other. You have the expertise of not just one person, but the expertise of an entire team. One of the reasons why I do what I do is trying to help them get back to where they are and trying to normalize their lives as much as possible.